Hey everyone, Kumar here, and today we're going to be talking about Scream, the brand new member of the symbiotes. I won't beat around the bush here. Scream is probably one of the best characters in the game, and when used with the other symbiotes, she'll be invaluable in Ultimate 7 and Dark Dimension. Today I'll be breaking down her kit, basic strengths and weaknesses, and showcasing some gameplay in U7.5. Please note that my Scream is only 3 yellow stars and 3 red stars. Even with that few stars, she's still fully functional and the highest tier of rating. Because I was lucky and pulled good red stars, I brought her to tier 14 and maxed all of her abilities. Weight was also just released in this last patch, and due to simply not having the resources, I won't be using those mechanics, but I should have a video on that soon. I gave Scream the Fortifier ISO 8 set bonus because at 3 stars her health is really low, and that 10,000 shields will help her avoid getting one shot early in the battle. But I don't have the level 3 of the set, so she doesn't have the regenerating shields. Looking at her kit, Scream is great at self-healing, controlling speed, and applying negative effects like bleed, disrupt, slow, and offense down. Her basic removes positive effects from the opponents and chains to 2 opponents. It also applies bleed and can target stealthed opponents. Similarly, her special removes positive effects, chains, but applies offense down instead of bleed. It can also target through stealthed opponents. Scream's ultimate applies slow, disrupted, and removes speed bar to target and adjacent opponents. Scream's kit is fantastic at applying vital negative effects such as slow and offense down, which are needed to survive in Ultimate 7.5. Her most important feature is her passive, which heals all symbiote allies on any death and gives the team 2 speed ups. When combined with Carnage and Symbiote Spider-Man's passive, that proves an insane amount of healing and speed to the symbiotes. All of Scream's abilities should be upgraded, but her passive is the most important because it provides significantly more healing, followed by her ultimate that provides an extra turn of slow. In this team we're also running Thanos and Maw. I'm calling this variation the Scream team. For now I believe this is the most effective combo until Anti Venom comes out, because Maw will be able to provide a steady stream of offense down and defense up. Some people will say that Venom should be included in the team, but I don't think his kit is well rendered enough to really help. Today we're going to be looking at Ultimate 7, Difficulty 5, Node A7G7, the Scalpel, but my next video will be showing the same team taking down the Vision mini-boss Sight for Sore Eyes, also in Ultimate 7.5. It's not clear yet. I really like Scream, and let's take a look at some gameplay to see why. Alright, the first thing we're going to look at here is Scream has the Fortifier buff from the ISO set, but of course Black Widow before my first turn is going to hit her. And we're going to see here that she does a ton of damage. So before my first turn, Scream's already at half life. Luckily I had Fortifier on. I kept that on because she's only 3 yellow stars. Alright, so on this wave, the things we really need to worry about are Wasp doing her AoE on her second turn, Doctor Strange doing his special and flipping all of our buffs on his first turn, and most annoyingly, Hand doing his special and putting everyone into stealth. So for this, I'm going to try to focus on what's going on with Scream. We're going to have Thanos just getting his taunt on. Going to try spreading that around. Alright. Getting Wasp a little injured here. So I know that just looking at the speed bars and knowing it's U7.5, I'm not going to be able to get the damage through. I'm not going to be able to get Doctor Strange down before his special goes off and all my buffs are flipped. I just gotta sort of hope that my guys resist stuff. I'm hoping to get Wasp down before she does her big AoE. That's my goal. Looking at everything, I do think that Hand will get his special off. So right now I'm expecting Hand and Doctor Strange to get their specials off. I'm trying to kill Wasp before her second turn. Alright, so first turn with Scream. Again, like I just mentioned, I'm going to be trying to focus on Wasp here because I don't think I can get these two guys down in time. So, her abilities, again, it's bleed and remove buffs, offense down and remove buffs, but this bad boy is disrupt. If I can get disrupt on Wasp, she won't be in stealth. I'll have a better job of trying to kill her. So it's going to be Scream using her ultimate on Wasp, and we're going to try to get that disrupt on everyone around there. And that went pretty well. If you look at this right here, she got hit by the negative effects. She has disrupt on, and of course, unfortunately, Doctor Strange did get a special off, and we're going to see some of the buffs are going to get flipped. And what's most scary of all is that our already kind of weak Scream has defense down now, and she's going to be at risk basically of getting one shot if something does hit her. So I need to get Wasp down, because if Wasp's AoE hits Scream, she's dead. A little bit of imperative here now. Alright, that's turn 1 for Wasp. Carnage is going to spread debuffs. Going to heal Thanos there. Alright, so now my options are either use Symbiote Spider-Man to stun someone with his ultimate, or use his special and just refresh the buffs and get some damage out there. Right now, looking at her speed bar, I think I can kill her without using my stun on her. Now, what I could have done is used the stun on him, just to make sure he didn't get that stealth off his special. Calculated risk. I used the special. I used Symbiote Spider-Man special. Used Scream's basic here just to get some damage out. That kill on Ant-Man got shields up for everyone. I'm just trying to get Wasp down here low enough, and it didn't actually work perfectly. What we see here is that he got his special off on time, and he got stealth onto Wasp, and she has dodge now. So what's going to happen here is that Venom, his special has a cone attack, so it's going to focus on him, but it will also chain to her, hopefully knocking off the dodge. Alright, now that dodge is off, here's where we look at Scream's kit again. Scream's special has the ability to hit people through stealth. Guess who's sitting in stealth right now? Wasp. So we're going to use that and try to get enough damage onto Wasp right here. And excellent. Scream's special also removes buffs, so it hit her through stealth and it took off her stealth. Alright, now I'm just here trying to make sure to get Wasp down. I really don't want her doing her AoE. And now it's just racking up the damage on everyone. Alright, here I actually got a bit lucky. I took a risk. Carnage, his ultimate on Wasp. I wanted to get damage onto her quick. If it had missed, it would have been a really long cooldown wasted. I took the risk here, just calculated risk. If I got the damage on her now, it would give me a really good shot to kill her before she got her ultimate off. A little bit of good luck is good sometimes. And I'm just going to be using Symbiote Spider-Man Special to get some negative effects up there. And I'm just sort of spreading these negative effects on there just because that's going to be the easiest way just to tick people down, to get entire waves to fall at the same time. And I'm just building up damage onto Wasp just because I really don't want her to be a threat later on. And as you can see, my Scream's buff's already ready to go for the next wave. Alright, so we got another wave here. We have another Wasp that dropped. We need to worry about her second turn. She'll AoE. We have a Hand who is going to use a special in stealth. Same thing as an earlier concern before. Luckily, this Wasp is basically dead on her turn. Don't really have to focus on her specifically. But I did use Carnage to attack her because I wanted to spread her buffs, her negative effects to these other guys. And even though it missed Wasp, it did transfer the negative effects around. That's a really nice little trick. Even if you're going to miss, it will transfer the negative effects. Alright, here I use the stun from Spider-Man onto Hand because I just don't want him to get his stealth off. This just means I don't really have to struggle or think about him. Now we have Scream up again. Here I'm going to use her ultimate just to get disrupt and damage onto everyone. I could have used her special just to get offense down on everyone, but I figured just to get disrupt, I didn't want any buffs out there. Now a new wave has dropped, and we have another Wasp, and we have a Doctor Strange. And here we still have a Wasp, and even though he's stunned, we need to keep track of this Hand. So this is a kind of dangerous situation. I'm not too worried right now because there's a lot of negative effects out there and I have a lot of cooldowns available. But there are some important targets. Right now I have Thanos on the field and I'm going to get an offense down on this Wasp because she has nothing. And here we go, yeah. I passed some buffs around. I'm going to use Symbiote Spider-Man Special just to refresh all the negative effects there. Scream Special is just going to pass around that offense down. And I'm going to get offense down here on everyone. And now it's really just spreading these negative effects around. It really isn't about bursting anyone down. It's about taking your time and just getting everyone weak. And this is why Scream is so nice. She just puts on so many bleeds and just dishes out the damage so nicely. I'm really enjoying using her so far. Another nice thing is that her basic removes buffs. It really is helpful with these tanks and just things that have these survival abilities like Death Proof. It just completely negates those guys. Yeah, if you see here, all their buffs basically got stripped because of Scream. And now it's just cleanup right here. I'm trying to save abilities for the next fight. And that's it. That's how you can get your 3 yellow star Scream with your symbiotes to actually be effective in U7.5 on an even later node. You gotta have her, you really have to understand her kit. You gotta know when to place the offense down. You gotta know when you can hit things in stealth. But it's equally about just getting those negative effects out there with Spider Man and Carnage and keeping everything level. I hope that helped, and see you in the next video.